Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. The Bank of Jamaica has announced that 5 bids totaling $3 billion Jamaican dollars were submitted by financial institutions seeking liquidity support on Monday. However, the central bank told RJR News that it allocated just $1 billion at an average interest rate of 5.87% per annum. The central bank provides short-term cash support to institutions through repurchase agreements, also known as repos. These arrangements involve the sale of a financial instrument with an agreement to repurchase it at a higher price at a later date. Importers sought a total of $73.5 million to settle overseas payments. However, the Bank of Jamaica intervened in the foreign exchange market on Monday morning, selling $30 million to authorized dealers. The shortfall comes against the backdrop of a widening trade deficit, which reached $5.3 billion during the first 11 months of last year. Among the institutions purchasing US dollars was National Commercial Bank, CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, and JMMB Bank Limited, each acquiring $6 million. For the trading period of March 30, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial with 6,306,079 units, representing 17.56% of market sales activities. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited with 4,886,841 units, representing 13.61% of market sales activities. Trans Jamaica Highway Limited with 2,616,423 units, representing 7.29% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in finance, conglomerate, and transportation plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for March 30, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $158.62 and buying at $157.27. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $6.71 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $109.24 and was bought for $115.95. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $7.33 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $205.25 and was bought for $212.58. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, ignoring your credit report while building a debt portfolio doesn't create immediate consequences. It can create problems across your 20s, 30s, and 40s that become even bigger in your 50s. A lack of awareness around structuring credit often results in borrowing decisions that are disconnected from any long-term financial strategy. This often leads to scattered mix of debts, credit cards, personal loans, and consumer financing that do not work together toward a defined financial objective. A profitable debt portfolio requires intentionality. So you're gonna borrow with income growth in mind. You're gonna acquire assets, and these assets lead to cash flow generation. Without structure, debt becomes a burden. With a strategy, debt becomes a tool. In our funded and focus feature, securing business growth financing requires a clear and compelling funding narrative. When you sit down with your banker, you must articulate exactly how the funds will be used and how they will generate returns. Be specific. Is it expansion, equipment, working capital, or acquisition? Then connect each use to revenue growth or cost efficiency. Bankers think in terms of risk and repayment, so your story must translate into predictable cash flow. If you cannot clearly explain how the loan strengthens your business, the banker cannot justify approving it. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital, markets, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.